10 or 15 minutes, every 30 seconds, another police cruiser would show up to the front of this house. I noticed that the chief of the Manassas Park Police Department showed up as well, just moments before we saw, presumably here, the husband of Mamta Kafli Bhatt, this 28-year-old pediatric nurse and mother who's been missing now for 23 days. We saw, again, presumably her husband walk out in handcuffs, put into a police car, and driven away. Just moments after we saw that happen, there was a child who was covered up by a blanket, who was being walked by authorities to a minivan and then also taken away. We know that in this story of this missing mother, you have a couple of other people, obviously the husband, who we'll talk about in a second, but the daughter, the one-year-old daughter who just turned 1 year old this week. Presumably, that child who you see underneath that blanket there is the daughter of Mamta Kafli Bhatt. Again, just moments ago, outside of the house of this family here in Manassas Park, we saw the husband of Mamta Kafli Bhatt put in handcuffs and walked to a police cruiser where he was taken away, guys. What a turn of events, guys. This is 23 days in the making. It was July 31st when this 28-year-old woman, this mother, was last seen. Her husband told police, or reported her missing to police, on August 5th, 5 days after she was last seen. And there were a lot of questions about that. As you know, Erika, why wait 5 days? Now, of course, we don't have any new information from police other than what we just saw with our own eyes a couple moments ago. The latest info we got was last night. There was a big press conference that only lasted a couple minutes, where the police chief here in Manassas Park said for the very first time that husband is a person of interest. They also said that the husband was not cooperating with this investigation. And a big question I had, I've been out here since 4 o'clock this morning, is, was the husband inside? We didn't know if the husband was inside of the home this entire morning until we saw him walk out handcuffed just moments ago. It's 11:03. It probably happened like less than 10 minutes ago now. And then shortly after, again, we saw presumably their daughter underneath a blanket. I don't know if we can play that video again, being walked by authorities to a minivan. So I would hope that in the next couple of minutes, we will hear from the chief of the Manassas Park Police Department, Mario Lugo. He is inside of that house right now. He's also in there with the Commonwealth State's attorney. So clearly, whatever happened in that house in the past 24 hours culminated to what we are seeing happen right now. And certainly a big development in this case that we've been covering now for a while. Again, she's been missing, Mamta Kafli Bhatt, since July 31st. It's now August 22nd.